Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jimmy Bearden with Xenogram, and we have Jarvis S. Scott from What's Happening. Seems like we're having a little bit of a lighting difficulty. I'm looking kind of like a ghost right now. Can you tell us if the lighting looks good? Can you kind of give us an indication? Do we have a good sound check out there, everybody? We're waiting on you guys before we get started. We're going to let a few more people get in the room. Hopefully we can get this lighting issue resolved so you can actually see my face. Not that that's important or anything like that, but I think you guys are here to learn about social media, not look at us. So, okay, so it looks good. It appears on our screen that we don't have enough light on the backside, so we got to work on that a little bit. Good to see you, Amy. Thank you for being here. If anyone else is here, just kind of, drop a message in the chat. Go ahead and share the stream. We've got a lot of really, really good information today. I can't even begin to tell you how much things have changed social media wise in the last 30 days. It is absolutely incredible. I think we're going to have a hard time getting through this content in like 1 hour. So if you are one of the kind of people that like to follow along, if you want to, you can go to theecommercetutor.com. You'll see right here at the top, theecommercetutor.com. Click on the social media link at the top, and you'll see exactly what we're looking at right here. And this will give you kind of like a presentation so you can kind of like follow along if you would like. You don't have to do that because we're going to pretty much tell you everything on the presentation as well. So what do you think about what's going on in the landscape of social media this last month? I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was prime because people are taking social distancing now and doing more, video conferencing. So it definitely has exploded. I mean, I think Zoom was kind of like the early recipient of it now.
Absolutely. I don't know if anyone knows, but Zoom has grown from like 50 million users to 300 million users in like almost 2 months. That's incredible. I will throw Zoom a plug, though. They hired an outside security team to assess security for Zoom, and they've got a new 5.0 update rolling out really soon, and that's going to help encrypt it from end to end where they don't have any more problems, and that should solve Zoom's issue that they're currently having right now. I know a lot of bigger companies are trying to get off the platform because of that. So don't lose faith in them yet. They just had a huge user growth curve, and that's really tough to deal with. So just keep that in mind. A lot of people don't know the ramifications of going from 50 million people to 300 million in like 60 days. It's pretty incredible. So
it's a whole nother world.
Yeah, hats off to them. It's like taking care of almost the entire United States. So, so what we're going to talk about today, and I think everyone always like, oh man, holy crap, Facebook. Like, has anyone seen all the radical changes that Facebook has been making in the last 60 days? I can't begin to tell you. I could have talked about Facebook for 1 hour today. So I have about 6 or 7 slides of updates that they've got. And then we're going to talk about how you guys can use these. So if you guys have any questions or have any specific thing you want to talk about, just throw it in the chat. It's good for the banter of the conversation. Me and him talk about this all the time, and we would like to, meet up with more people that enjoy talking about this. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So one of the latest and greatest things over the last few days that Facebook has released is called Messenger Rooms. This is very similar to like a Zoom room where you go in and everyone's there. So Messenger Rooms obviously is going to be free. You can basically create a room in Messenger or Facebook. You will be able to see it whenever this releases to your actual Facebook profile. You'll see it right above stories on your Facebook app. Okay. So it's going to be front and center. So this is going to be like a really integral part of everything that you do. I can really see people using this to teach classes, teach yoga classes or exercise classes. And specifically only allowing certain people to come in. I can see people using it for birthday parties. I can see it for everything, especially when people can't get together. You can even, here's another bonus. This is something that a lot of people have been talking about for years. You can even join this without a Facebook account. So if you want to talk with your grandparents or maybe like your sister or your whole family, you can just, invite people to come in, and they don't have to come in at a certain time. It's not like a webinar or a live stream. You just kind of come in and join whenever you want to. So if you have a bunch of friends, you can have as many as up to 50 people in the room at one time. That's pretty incredible right there. And another benefit is if you want to, you can share or start the room in the news feed, your group, or your events. So that's automatically making all this extra work that we do worthwhile. Because I think it's such a segmented type of deal here. So has anyone experimented with messenger rooms? Has anyone actually got access to it yet? If so, leave a comment down below and please let us know. Maybe we'll invite you to the next live stream. Let's go ahead and jump into this. Also, in the Messenger app, if you go into a room, you're able to create whatever visual background you want behind you. So if you want to look like you're at the beach and you're at home, well, you can do that. So that's something that I can tell you they probably took from Zoom. But Zoom, that only works in certain instances. So
yeah.
And
then Zoom is one of those things where it's not. I know my first couple of experiences with Zoom, it wasn't very user friendly. Like it's almost like you almost had to watch a webinar to kind of see it. I kind of see Facebook Messenger rooms being very easy if you never even touched it before. You see it.
I think what'll make Messenger Room win is if it doesn't have a lot of lag.
Yeah.
I think that's the odd thing. So when we talk to people in real time, it's like, I don't know how to describe this other than it's like a really high refresh rate. There's no lag, or there's no 5 to 10 second delay in like what you're saying. So that's something that I'm really excited to use on Messenger Room. They built everything with security and privacy in mind, so you can actually create a room and block people from seeing your room.
Oh man!
Even if you're friends. So if you have like 50 people that want to hang out, and you don't want this, negative Nancy to appear, they won't even know that it's there. That's pretty neat right there. I'm glad somebody there took the time to do that. So as like I said earlier, it's going to be rolling out, sometime this week. So whenever anyone gets access to it, shoot us an invite. Let us know what it is you're doing with your Messenger room. I can see this becoming like really beneficial, especially if they let us screen share. Holy cow. That would be fantastic. So let's go ahead and jump in. So who out there uses WhatsApp? Has anyone been experimenting with it? Have they been talking with their customers on it? Just kind of curious.
One thing I was going to tell you that too. Now, if they want to see like the slides you're talking about, they can go on the What's Happening Birmingham Facebook. They got another phone, a tablet, so you can kind of look on Wise.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll go ahead and share that with them because I'm sure they don't want to look at us all day long. But I'm going to go ahead and jump into this real quick, guys, so you guys can see. This is kind of like our teleprompter in the back end, like what we're looking at. So let's just go ahead and jump back into the updates on WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is an extremely useful tool. I think of it as something kind of like an extension for your business. You can run ads on WhatsApp. It's really easy to connect with the people that your customers and your friends with without giving them, your personal number or if you don't want to. We've actually run apps. We've run ads on WhatsApp before, and they've been really effective. But WhatsApp actually very soon, that hasn't started yet, unless you've updated your app and you've actually got it. You'll be able to do video calls up to 8 people at the same time on your phone. That's pretty interesting. And one thing that I think everyone always talks about on WhatsApp is the end-to-end encryption. So if you're talking about private business that you don't want anybody to have access to, WhatsApp is definitely the ticket. that's something that you definitely want to use. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean someone can't, screen record it on their end or use a secondary phone, but knowing that how everything travels around the world, in different data centers, WhatsApp is a highly secure app. Also, WhatsApp is on Facebook portal. I don't know if you've ever played with a Facebook portal.
Yeah, I haven't played with the portal yet.
Yeah, we'll try to get a portal and bring it up here to the office so everyone can, see how that works. You can now use the Facebook portal to start a live event in your groups and your page. Now, that's something you've never been able to. You could used to only do your profile, and now you can do it on WhatsApp, on Facebook portal. You really, if you notice everything they have, it looks like they're just trying to merge it into one gigantic machine.
And also Instagram.
Go ahead. I mean, you feel free to talk about Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram, same thing. I think they're doing it. Facebook pretty much said, okay, you can get rooms on here, everywhere, and stuff.
Yeah, there's something that just dropped not too long ago. I don't know if I've even told you about it yet, but I think you'll be really surprised. So, and they just keep adding. This is something that everyone jokes about all the time, but they add a lot of really high quality stickers that are useful in WhatsApp. I think, a lot of people have, they have a lot of fun with that. I mean, I think that's one of the main reasons why people love Snapchat is stickers and, being able to change the effects and things like that. So without a doubt, make sure you always just, check the updates on some of these different tools that we have out there. So this is where the updates just get absolutely gigantic. So Facebook Live, a while back, we had the ability to do what's called a live with, where you could go live and you could invite somebody to go live with you. It would be like, if you wanted to bring somebody into your presentation or interview somebody, and then they just dropped it. And I'm assuming they just had to go back and like change something around because they were trying to, add all these different features for messenger rooms and stuff like that. But live with is back. So that's something that I know a lot of people will be really happy about. And this thing right here. This is what I'm happy about is a Facebook event. You can actually do an online event on Facebook.
Yeah, you can do an online event. Really good.
Yeah. So before you couldn't do that. If you created an event on Meetup or you created an event on Eventbrite, and those could be online events. Now, keep in mind, you have to actually tell those that you're doing an online event. You have to remove the venue. And if you put the events on your website, you have to have the correct schema or Google won't even rank it. That gets into a little bit of extra work. But let's just say that I like the ability, that they're doing right here, because what's going to happen is this is going to transform basically the way that everyone uses Facebook Live, because now you're going to be able to charge for live events. So in a scenario, obviously information like this, we just like to share it. But in a scenario where somebody wants to learn how to do something, it would be ideal to be able to set up a quick event, know that they're on Facebook. They don't have to download anything on their computer. They don't have to learn how to use it. And they just go on there and pay the $10 or $20. I've been joking for the last 2 or 3 months that I was going to make a video and charge everybody $20 to show them how to use their blinker in Hoover, Alabama. So y'all can just let everybody know that I'm definitely for sure going to do that. And also you can add a donate button to raise money for a cause. So if you get on and you do a lot of live streaming and you're talking about various things that you want to support and help, and you believe that you can bring something to the table, and you believe that you have an influence over your audience and you want them to donate to that cause, now you can do that. So that's really good. That's something that I know why they stopped it now, because they were building all this. And they needed everything to be out of the way to get it all done.
It was just like the first time Facebook Live first came out, it was like Wild Wild West, where people was doing all type of crazy stuff on live. So they had almost found a way to kind of self-police it.
Well, I think people still do crazy stuff on live.
Yeah.
So another interesting thing that they've done, this is something that I had to search all around to get this information, but without a doubt, this is pretty interesting. So if you have a really bad data connection and you can't watch the live stream, now you can just listen to the audio. You still don't even have to have a Facebook account. You can see the videos on the web. That's coming out really soon. So what makes that interesting about the audio is the pages that you're watching the live stream on will share a toll-free number where you can call in and listen to the audio. Man, that sounds like some old school stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder what made them think about,
toll-free number.
using toll-free numbers. I mean, I know there's millions of, toll-free numbers out there they can do that with. They can probably constantly change them. I don't know. Have you played with the Facebook gaming app on the Android device yet?
Not yet.
I think that's going to be pretty big. I think a lot of these bigger gamers absolutely have huge audiences, especially on Facebook. I know for a fact, no matter what anyone says, the user growth is still outpacing everybody on Facebook. They have more use than anybody. I know every time you talk to somebody, they go, Facebook is dead. That's quite well. It's growing faster than anything and everything combined. It's incredible. It's about like with what's happening with YouTube. YouTube is getting more creators every day. We'll talk about what's kind of the ramifications of what happens when you have that kind of user growth. It's kind of interesting. But one thing I want to touch about on the Facebook gaming app is you can create tournaments to compete with your friends and others in different games, and you can live stream that on your profile, your page, anything. I mean, the flexibility is unbelievable now, and so I highly suggest everybody get used to doing it, get used to going live, get used to benefiting your business. It really helps your business out a lot. Now, while you don't think that anyone's coming in to watch you, so that's kind of the thing. Like, well, nobody watches me. That's what everyone says. Believe me, they watch.
Yeah, and then they come back later on.
Yeah.
And they can see the video when it shows up in their feed. But one thing I was going to tell you is that I think I saw somewhere that you can stay on Facebook Live for about 8 hours.
I'm going to switch to the internal microphone on the computer. Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? Do we have any kind of audio now? Well, we've got an audience out there and we've lost them now. Now we have audio. Okay. I'm going to try to switch back to our main primary microphone. I'm going to switch back to the main microphone and see if you guys can hear us. Okay, can you guys hear the main microphone now? Do we have our primary microphone back? It's just a better quality microphone. We good now? Yes? Okay. So everyone can hear audio. Fantastic. Thank you guys for being patient. I really do appreciate that. Sorry about that. We're going to jump back in to the stream so you guys can see what we're talking about. We'll kind of back up a little bit. I apologize about that complication. I'm not really sure how that happened. We have about 3 or 4 connections to the office and we just lost it.
Thank y'all for hanging on the Facebook Live. It's like 5 people still.
Well, I appreciate that too, guys. That was kind of frustrating.
Let's reconnect. I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so kind of like we'll just kind of roll back a little bit. So now if you have any loved ones in your family or friends that do gaming, you might want to bring up the Facebook gaming app on Google Play. Let them know about that, where they can live stream their games. And if they want to, they can create tournaments to compete with their friends. So that's something that's really interesting. I think they're taking a jab at Twitch with this. That's exactly what they're trying to do right here. So now we have them taking they're kind of entering into the same market as Zoom, and they're definitely entering into the same market as Twitch. And they've really kind of wrapped up this in gigantic live streaming opportunity for people, to use this every single day. It's kind of amazing. So let's just jump on a few updates for Facebook Portal, Messenger Kids, and Virtual Date. So were you aware that Facebook had a virtual date?
I heard about that.
Yeah. So Facebook has a dating app. So I guess they're just going to try to enter the arena with Match.com and all the rest of them. But I've heard some proprietary information when I was at the Facebook Boost meeting where they were talking about, this was years ago when they were talking about this, about the dating. And I never saw anything more about it. They were just so hush about it. They talked about it about the event, but they never did anything. And then all of a sudden it just kind of quietly launched. I don't really think they made a big deal out of it, but now people can invite you on a virtual date. And when you accept the virtual date, you can video chat with them. This is something they'll be releasing really soon. I thought that was kind of an interesting part. You can also go live from Facebook Portal. I believe I might have even touched on this earlier about, using Facebook Portal to go live on Facebook pages and groups. So if you guys are already seeing Facebook Portal ads online, I would suggest you right now to check the price out, because if you're looking for an inexpensive camera, Facebook Portal kind of has like this cinematography kind of effect where the portal follows your face. So it squares up on your face really good. So you're not having to use like multiple cameras to get good angles. You can move your face around and it follows you around and keeps everything centered. It's really interesting how it does it. I suggest you to watch a few videos on it, maybe look some information up. They're real affordable now. I believe they actually went on sale. So I don't want to say the wrong price on here because somebody will definitely go back and look. But it's definitely affordable and something you could easily use in your business to, you could go live on your profile. You can go live on your Facebook page and your group. It has that cinematic quality. It's a really high quality device. So without a doubt, make sure you check out Facebook Portal. And if you have kids that are on Messenger Kids, make sure you keep an eye on that. I know there's a lot of parents, like my age and below, that really like to teach their kids to allow them to use these tools. But we also have to watch out for people that are bad out there.
Yeah,
So definitely keep your eyes open on that. Okay. So, and this is like round 7 for Facebook. Now, and guys, let me just kind of touch on something real quick. I could have gone probably another 3 or 4 slides on the updates in Facebook in just April.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're updating something every day, and it ain't just one thing. It's like multiple things every single day. They just released this information today, like as of like an hour or 2 ago. They're going to be launching a human-like conversational chatbot. They've been in the background. They've been working on different AI and different things like that for a long time. I used to joke around and play with different people with their bot that they have, and this is something that's going to be kind of next level. Something that actually will be able to help. You won't have to have somebody sitting there chatting with people on Facebook all day. Or if you're a really big company, you want to have a room full of people. Eventually this chatbot will be able to know enough about your business where you can benefit from that tool without having to create more work. That happens a lot in our business. We get these really nice tools that creates yet another job. And jobs are good, but also sometimes a tool can make your job hard. So this is something that's real beneficial. If anyone out there is on Facebook Workplace at your job, they've added a suite of additional tools on there. That could be another whole hour-long episode we talk about. They're also doing something really interesting. I've seen this only on one page that we work on, a page that we have that's got really extremely big reach, and it gives you information about the audience of that page. And a lot of these bigger pages have like worldwide audiences. So it's kind of interesting to know like how deep their impact of like what it is they talk about. I have a lot of followers from India. Oddly enough, like I don't really know how that happened, but I just started getting a lot of people following me from there. So I guess that's a blessing, or thanks, India people. I appreciate that. So also that new animate option to the images. Like if you just use a regular image in Facebook stories, you're able to animate it. So that's something that's really interesting and something that people have been asking for a really long time. I know there's a lot of stuff that you can mess with on the Android, but there's a way to do different color backgrounds on your profile now instead of just white.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah. Not that that's really going to do us any good, but it's something that, I think people just like to change everything. I think when you open it up and allow them to change their profile and not make it just one particular look, it makes them happy. So there we go. That was all for Facebook. So man, that took us a good little bit of time to go through that. So Instagram, and again, we're gonna jump into a lot of this as quick as we can, guys, so we can get into actually talking about a lot of this stuff and how you can use this to benefit your business. That's kind of like why we're here. But without you knowing the updates and without you knowing current news, it's really hard for your business to grow without you taking advantage of those things first. I've always told everybody this: don't be scared to embrace new technology and new feature sets that a platform has, because that can transform your audience. So Instagram has launched a new, the ability to do a fundraising option on live. Again, this is very similar to Facebook. Now, what's important about this is I know a lot of people that care about a lot of different things, and I think they use their audiences and platforms to talk about those things, and that's why those people follow them. So if there's something that's dear to you and important, without a doubt, I would highly suggest you to go live. You'll get more followers, you will get more customers, and you will connect with them at a deeper level when it comes to them seeing what causes you like to raise money for. As far as when you do raise that money, those people that donate will get donated stickers that I donated, kind of like I voted.
Well, while you saying that, I was thinking more like, I guess a couple of years ago, they don't do this as much on TV, the telethon, when people would call and donate money, like call.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
So now it's social media. You dial 1-800. You can donate right now.
Yeah, you know, in Japan, this is something that's really interesting. They've, you remember like back in the day when you were growing up and your mom would like be watching the Home Shopping Network and she'd be buying stuff off of that.
Yeah.
Well, that's how they do it over in Japan.
All right.
They hire influencers to go live on like WeChat and, you know, different live streaming products that they have.
Mhm.
And they show like women will wear clothes and they will basically what generates the sales is they will put on there that they only have 33 of those left and people see that and they buy it immediately. So they're doing the same thing. It's just a new style. So that's something that's like really cool. Also, it gave you the ability, if you're a business owner, to add gift cards. When I say business owner, I mean like a business profile.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to be a business owner to have a business profile. And if you have an Instagram account as a person, change it to a business profile because you'll get more benefits and you'll get more insights out of it. We talk about that a lot. And they're also looking to allow the fundraising option to where you can donate money to your favorite creator or to small businesses. I think if this was my personal opinion, Jarvis, I would without doubt let it go for small business. When I say small business, I'm not talking about what the government classifies as small business. I'm talking about, you know, these 1 to 10 person people, you know, companies that are really important, that do a lot of really good work. Not to say that anything bad about large scale companies, but the government classifies a small business as 500 people. And there's not a whole lot of businesses that are actually 500 people that we, you know, interact with every day, unless you're going to some, you know, Fortune 100 or Fortune 500 company. So that's just something right there. Make sure you definitely, guys, pay attention to this right here without a doubt, especially food orders, gift cards. And one thing that I can tell you that's really good, especially this is for all the exercise people out there, the people that are now, you know, they're not going to the gym or they can't train their people. Now you'll be able to get that person to live stream on their phone and they'll be able to watch them on their laptop or their tablet or whatever. Before, you couldn't do that. You had to have your phone. And what happens when you use your phone on a live stream, things die kind of quick. So this is something that I just want to make sure that you leverage those, like try to be creative, try to think about that. Like, how can I use this to help my business make money? So Instagram, more information about Instagram. They're looking for a way right now to hurry up and create if you've ever worked with the memorialization tool in Facebook, it allows you to make the account, you make the decision if you're going to allow a family member to take over your Facebook account or if you want it to discontinue your account.
Yeah.
So there's other kind of things in the work that play with that right now. And they're doing the same thing on Instagram. I think they're taking a lot of the features that they've had in Facebook for a long time and just kind of merging them into Instagram, but still kind of keeping that happy place where it's just images and text. I think that's one of the main reasons I like Instagram so much. And the next latest and greatest super cool thing that hardly anyone's talking about is being able to actually, how about this, guys? Look, I got to learn how to spell. It's simulcast, not simulcast. Look, I made a mistake. Make sure y'all record that and post it online. So when you go live on Instagram, you'll actually go live on Facebook automatically, and they're going to call it simulcast. So if you go live on Facebook and you invite me in, you're going to be able to simulcast to Instagram live at the same time. So now what you have is you have cross-platform power. You have Facebook, Instagram, live stream, 2 people or multiple people. That's really really unique.
I saw that coming. Like, that definitely was something.
Yeah, well, they were doing that kind of low key through stories, and they're kind of like, you could go from Instagram to Facebook, but you couldn't go from Facebook to Instagram, and they're just now turning that on too. They've got this new, and I'm not sure if anyone has seen this. If you have, let me know. This challenge sticker, all these, lots of people do these funny challenges online. It's a sticker to put on there to prompt user engagement. I think that's like one of the biggest things. Jarvis is kind of like the king in user engagement. I like to create stuff and build stuff online. I know how very well how all the mechanics of everything works. I mean, I see in the future, we're definitely going to need some help with some content creation. I kind of see that coming. So without a doubt, that's something. Definitely try to get that user engagement up and just stay online, people. Like that's what gets your user engagement up, constantly doing this kind of stuff. And another thing, this is kind of like a lawsuit that was happening. So a lot of people, what they do is they go to Instagram. There's a lot of really amazing photographers, and they will grab that particular post and they'll embed it on their website. So what they're doing is they legally are giving the photographer credit. But those people the photographer don't want those people using it. The court of law says it doesn't infringe on copyright. So they're allowed to do that. So I'm assuming like maybe these people that do this photography got upset and they trying to sue somebody for using their images, but looks to me like people know how to do it right. So if you're a proponent of like embedding, Facebook post, Instagram post, tweets, feel free to knock yourself out. Here's a couple of other really interesting little things that I saw. And I want to talk about this one right here because I think a lot of people will find this interesting. Who has seen the new recent TV show on Netflix called Too Hot to Handle? Anybody seen that yet?
I haven't seen that one.
Really kind of an interesting ploy they've done. They've got a lot of really nice looking people, guys and girls, and they put them on like this remote island, this beautiful, amazing remote island. And they just let these people just kind of mingle and merge together. Well, the funny thing is one would think that would be a bad show to watch. Well, there's this AI. It looks kind of like a mood lamp, like an old lava lamp, and it talks to them, and her name is Lana. And Lana watches, there's cameras hidden all over the island, so they can't do anything bad. And when Lana catches them kissing each other, whatever, she takes money out of a $100,000 pot. Well, the recent stars of that show are Instagram influencers, and they're making an average of about $26,000 per post when they do a brand deal with people. So whenever you talk to somebody, Instagram lovers out there, and people tell you you're wasting your time, refer them to this right here. I can send you the link if you'd like, verifying that people are making a nice living, on brand deals and posting and stuff like that. I know I can't really talk about a lot of people, but that story was just published today. That's really interesting. So, and of course, all these different stickers that they keep releasing, I see them everywhere. People are really using them, wisely, and it has created so much awareness. Like, I like that they've done this. They've kind of really helped out a lot because I think sometimes these younger generation, they don't want to pay attention to the negative news. So, Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook kind of sliding all that stuff in to kind of get in front of that user base is pretty critical. And hey, if you don't like, this is something I talk about when it comes to using Instagram to find business. Make sure you're DMing people that are relevant to your business. Like just reach out to them. If you see them on Instagram and you want to work with them, just reach out to them. You'd be kind of pleasantly surprised. A lot of people are real perceptive to that. They'll talk to you. Some won't, some will, especially if the companies have no problem at all. Definitely reach out, and you can do that now on the Instagram web version.
Yeah, well, I was thinking too. Also, try to do it across different platforms because a lot of times you may DM on Instagram and they may not check it, but they might check the Facebook, and then if you
Right.
DM probably a celebrity, that probably might not be the celebrity. That might be the social media manager. You may be,
Yeah, you might be talking to their social media manager. So that's, sometimes maybe you want to follow up with an email. So without a doubt, that's something to definitely do. So just to kind of give you an idea, took some screenshots here. This is something to kind of give you an idea, like whenever you do a live video now, you can, let me just kind of blow this up so you can see it. You'll be able to share this directly to your Instagram TV.
oh, IGTV. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So now your live streams won't disappear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you'll get a lot more
it'll
depth
still
and
be there.
use out of
It'll
them.
still be there.
Yeah. And this right here is something where, let me just kind of blow this up so they can see this a little bit better. This is one of those things where you can donate, or you can actually take a food order with a small business, like if you have a restaurant. So guys with restaurants out there, take a look at that, check it out, see if you can, benefit from that. See if you can actually, make this work with your business. And what we hope you see is when you start selling things online, it's going to lean you more into having your own website to continuously build your brand. So that's the objective. Use the social media as the tool, continue to build your audience, and still make your presence known online so you rank and people know who you are. So this is something like, I can't believe that we absolutely went that long on Facebook and Instagram. So again, guys, we'll try to jump through this LinkedIn information for you. LinkedIn has this new tool out where I'm sure you guys have worked with SlideShare before. If you've ever been around LinkedIn, SlideShare is a presentation, kind of like a module that allows you to put your information in it, and then you can embed that on your website. It's been a really useful tool for a long time. We decided to quit using LinkedIn SlideShare a while back on our websites because it creates too much, it makes the website load slow. So we started using a new tool called SpeakerDeck. So this tool that we use right here, guys, if you would like to use this, it's called SpeakerDeck. It will allow you to convert your presentation into a PDF, which will have a lot smaller footprint than a PowerPoint or a Keynote embedded on your website. And it works really well mobile responsive. So that's something I just wanted to kind of throw out with you. That'll definitely help you. And you can resize it and change it on your website. And that's currently what we're using right here, this presentation that's embedded on the website. So on LinkedIn, they're going to be allowing you to use a link preview in a post. Basically gives you a presentation option. So they've also reported that on their LinkedIn Learning platform that they have seen a 3-time increase in user registration and people actually learning things online. So again, if you're somebody out there that has a special skill set and you want to teach people how to do stuff and you would like to make extra money, this can definitely help out in a time like this. I would highly recommend you to reach out to us and think of an idea that you have that will allow you to generate extra income. If you're a teacher and if you're a professor and you want to figure out a way to get your class online, definitely reach out to us. Because people, if you're seeing an increase, like if LinkedIn is seeing that increase of people learning on their platform, that means that people are searching for other ways to maybe get a job. So be prepared. Try to continuously learn and continue your education, guys. They've also got a new way to vote on there with polls. This is something that's being released slowly out there on LinkedIn. This is something that I think works really well. I think that people need to have that ability to vote on things, especially when you're doing like a user type of questionnaire. I don't think that sometimes the platforms like it when you make people leave the platform. So they're trying to come up with ways to allow people to have a poll or a survey. And of course, if you are an essential business, LinkedIn will now allow you to do free job postings. make sure that you're classified as an essential service. I don't know if they would approve you to do the job posting if they don't think you are. LinkedIn is really easy to deal with. They're unlike a lot of these bigger companies out there, you can just email them and they'll get back to you pretty quickly. I saw like back in, a couple of months ago, we were seeing like 1 day turnaround. Now it's still a little bit slower. Now it's like 2 to 3 days. We run LinkedIn ads. So sometimes we have to talk to the people at LinkedIn, depending on what type of CMS the customer is using. But, make sure you understand that LinkedIn ads will really benefit your business because the cost per click is a lot more affordable than some of these other platforms. So that's an easy way for you to enter into the game of doing online ads, is learning a good bit about LinkedIn ads. And I've had quite a number of people come to class and ask me about that. So I think I'm going to do an advanced class on that really soon on LinkedIn ads.
Oh yeah, that's something a lot of people don't do a lot. They should.
Yep. Well, it's really the same thing as like doing a Facebook ad or a Twitter ad or anything like that, but they don't realize they don't think that people see the ads. Well, the thing is, there's not a lot of people doing ads on there, so your ads are more prone to being seen. I think sometimes businesses misinterpret that. It's just kind of like your LinkedIn profile is like your resume, online resume, and that's not really the case. The user interaction on LinkedIn is incredible. So let's talk about a few updates on the Snapchat platform. Do we have any people online that use Snapchat a lot?
Yeah, they did say the user growth is went up.
Yeah, they're doing 20% user growth year over year. That's pretty incredible. They're constantly growing. A lot of people thought when Instagram stories come out that was going to kill Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it didn't. So this is kind of this sounds to me like an Elon Musk move, but the developers now at Snapchat will allow you to integrate Snapchat stories into your app.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've developed an app, you can have Snapchat stories inside of your app. So that's basically what they're doing is I thought that was pretty funny right there. They're basically saying, you know what, everyone's copying this anyway, so let's just give it away. Let's just give it to them. I think that's probably the most honest kind of move I've ever seen in a long time. They just kind of said, hey guys, let's just let them use it. They're all copying it anyway. So, hey, at least we know that they've developed their API really good. I know when all this quarantine started happening, they went down quite a number of times, but they've got their system stable. And if anybody has ever done any Snapchat ads, go into Snap Publisher and check it out. Now you can do like your vertical video conversion tool. You can align things and fix things in your video. Before you couldn't do that. It was just like you had to use what you had. So we always do Snapchat ads outside of Snapchat and bring them in, and then we have to fight with it externally to make it work internally. So this right here allows you to fix that. If anyone is interested in seeing anything like that, Snapchat ads, LinkedIn ads, if you guys want to watch us do a live stream, let us know. We'll be more than happy to do it. YouTube updates. Holy cow. This is not big, but these are really good updates. And I want to talk about the most exciting one right from the jump. Now they're testing products and video feature where you can actually use a video as an e-commerce platform. If this is the case, Jarvis, I'll be creating another 100 videos within the next few months. Because one of the biggest problem, guys, when you're doing videos is, and this is something that these platforms hate, their job, and all these brilliant people that work at these companies, their job is to keep you on platform. The more you leave, they're not doing their job. They think that they're losing the customer.
Keep your eyeballs.
They want the eyeballs, as they say. I think that's your favorite saying. I think everyone basically all you're doing is branding YouTube by doing more videos on YouTube. You're helping them generate more revenue. YouTube made 33% more this quarter from YouTube ad revenue. That's incredible. 33% more profit on YouTube ad revenue.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, and whereas a lot of the other ones are falling down. I wanted to touch on that here in a minute, but let me just kind of, talk about this TikTok-like thing they're coming up with. Facebook has one. It's called Lasso. It's in direct competition with TikTok. I think TikTok is just growing out of control, and I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of insight about them here in just a moment. But YouTube is kind of going to war with them, as well as Facebook. And I don't know if they really call it war. They're just really kind of coming out with their own version and seeing if it really sticks with the users. So these guys, these people have the ability to launch anything like that as quickly as possible to see if they can capture some of that user market and see and study how it is they use that. They've also really kind of ramped up. Lots of creators have lost tons of videos online, spreading a lot of misinformation around about COVID-19. They're also, I'm sure everyone here has seen the fact check panel talking about misinformation on YouTube. So anytime you bring those words up or it triggers that, it's without a doubt going to put that information on your video, which could in fact stop people from checking out your description and what it is you're talking about.
They never put on COVID-19. Anytime you talk about COVID-19, they just have it on there.
Yeah. Luckily, I didn't use anything on any tags or anything on this one. I'm not even going to try to play that game. A lot of people, guys, will put COVID-19 in their tags of their video, and it'll put something on it, and it'll, risk at being demonetized. So be careful with that. Don't try to game the system just to kind of get extra eyeballs by putting that in there as a tag. So, and they did update the web platform that will allow larger touchscreen devices to use YouTube properly. Before, it was like a big chaotic mess. So you Microsoft Surface guys, go update your stuff. you won't have any more problems. So obviously Jarvis here, he's here with us. Jarvis is Scott. What's happening? Beham.com and First Impression Marketing. And this right here is all the different ways that you can get in touch with me if you have any questions. Probably the simplest thing is just hit this button down here. Just click it and message me on there or send me an email, whatever you would like to do. I'd be glad to help you out and work with you. I did do a small breakdown of some of this stuff on here, talking about Facebook Messenger rooms, talking about the WhatsApp group calls, talking about Facebook live events, and talking about Instagram live events. Make sure you reach out to us. Let us know if there's anything that we can do to help. We've also got a community right here that you can join. We talk about various things about digital marketing, social media. It's kind of like a private Facebook. So this right here, your information is not out everywhere. So if you are a business and you want to send, ask things privately without it being displayed everywhere, this is definitely a private way to do that. So I hope this information, helped you out. But what I want to do now is I want to go back through and I want to talk to you guys about how these things can actually help you. And I was told not to put this on the presentation. That way people would come in and actually listen to our suggestions. We've done quite a number of these presentations lately, and we've been having a lot of traffic to the website. People are coming to the website, they're taking the information and leaving. They're not listening to the video or what we have to say that can actually help them. So let's talk about these messenger rooms. First of all, we know that the majority of the population that you deal with uses Facebook. So I see that we still have a few viewers here. I'm sure you got some viewers over here. You guys, Amy, we already know what Wilson does, and we're definitely going to speak about you in a moment, Wilson. Amy, can you tell us what it is you do? If you have any questions, let us know, and we'll put them up on the screen. We'll be glad to answer them for you. So what we can do, if you guys are still here, we'll just give you an example. So Amy, like right here, I'll put your comment up on the screen like this. So if you have a question, it's something that you can ask us publicly, and we'll be more than happy to answer and see if we can help you guys. As always, this is what we do every day. We talk about this, 12, 14 hours a day. It seems like nonstop. It's always evolving. We do a lot of Facebook ads, Instagram ads. That's something I do want to talk about, Jarvis. I hear a lot of negative information out there about this. Sometimes people don't like to see ads in a bad time like this. But I'm here to tell you, the relevance scores are high. Especially in the service industry, people that do like general labor, people are looking for people to do that kind of stuff because some of these bigger companies are closed. And these smaller companies are still mobile and they're essential and they're allowed to work. And when I say this, I'm talking about, landscape companies. I'm talking about, HVAC companies. I'm talking about plumbers. I mean, we still go with these type of essential services in a time of need. And these people can really win right now if they advertise. It can really help them. Also, if you are a consulting company and you are missing visiting your customers, use these messenger rooms, use these video functions. Listen, I know a lot of people hate being on video. They really do. I can tell you right now, you want me to jump back into the live stream where they can see us talking? Yeah. One thing that happens a lot, guys, is when you're not used to talking on camera. I'm not used to talking on camera. He does a lot of video interviews, so it's something like second nature to him. He just acts like a camera's following him around everywhere all day, every day of his life. So it's something you become used to. Before, when I first started, I couldn't even look at the camera when I talked. It made me feel weird. Now I can. It was even hard to smile because I always wanted to look down and, do what I'm normally doing. So if you're good at getting on camera and talking, you can really build a voice really quick right now. Get online. If you're looking for a job, get online. Tell people you're looking for a job.
Yeah, let's share
and share it. And people will start sharing it everywhere. Yeah, no, that kind of stuff really works. Don't let your ego get in your way. These kinds of things can really benefit you. And if what happens, these particular companies, when they see you do that, they may as well hire you to do that because this is something that's really going to help their business grow. I can't imagine some of these bigger companies are really missing a lot of huge benefit of this to their business. So, hey, what's going on, Noah? How are you doing today? It's Stance Theory. So, yeah, Noah, nobody knows what Noah looks like. Noah's been hiding online for about the last 5 years. He's a superstar when it comes to doing an event on Facebook. I can't remember. What was the largest event that you've set up so far, Noah? I'll go ahead and give Noah, and then I'm going to give Wilson a little plug here. So, Noah, tell everybody, what is the biggest Facebook event you've put together so far online by yourself? I think you're going to be surprised. This is something he did at Toys for Tots a while back. He set everything up himself, and I believe it was something like 500 to 1,000 people showed up.
Wow.
So I'm really okay. So 1,200 members, all organic for Toys for Tots. This is pretty incredible right here, guys. This is Noah Washington with Stance Theory. He does a lot of automotive type videos. Noah, I've known him for several years now. He's a really hard worker. He's one of my really good friends, and I highly recommend anybody to subscribe to him, check out what he does, check out what his style is. And then if you need any help with any video editing, he's your man. He'll definitely take care of you. So that's super impressive right there.
Yeah, really
1,200 people at an organic, all organic. That's incredible. And right here, we're going to say Mr. Wilson Hawk. He's with MySQLServerTuning.com. What Wilson does is he helps your company's infrastructure run better. So if your company has its own server and they have a large database on it, and it takes a lot of time for that database to execute to do something, a lot of times companies will have these types of systems, and it takes a long time to access that information. What Wilson does is he works with the company, gets the information he needs, the data he needs, and then he tells you what variables you need to change to optimize it to make it run faster. Mm-hmm. This is something that there's very few people that can actually do this. So if you work at some of these larger companies and you need help, make sure you reach out to us. This is one of our really close partners and really close friends. He'll do an excellent job for you. He's been in that space for about 30 years. So he's taught me things that I didn't know. And it's pretty amazing information. Actually, it can help secure your account. There's all these variables that people never change when they have their initial server configuration. There's even been times where I honestly and wholeheartedly believe he could help some of these large hosting companies that have incorrect configuration. So we work hand in hand with Wilson pretty closely. So make sure you, reach out to him, say hello. We're everyone here. We're all looking for business, but we like to help people. And the majority of the time, people do not take the time to reach out to others, nor do they even know what their Facebook friends actually do. Mm-hmm. I think we talk about this a lot. A lot of times people will say, well, I'm just not busy in my business. I'm like, well, have you told everybody what you do?
Oh, yeah.
And I think that people try to keep that separate, but it's not time to be separate with that right now. Again, don't let your ego get in the way of not having any money or potentially losing everything. Put yourself out there. These people really want to hear that. They want to hear good, positive information. Does anybody have any more questions? Looks like we still have a few people in here. I'm glad you finally showed up, Noah. We got a lot of really good information on the website. I'll be more than happy. I'm going to go ahead and drop this in here. If you go to theecommercetutor.com and you click the social media button at the top, it'll bring you directly to this page that has all this information on it. Now, one thing that we do is we teach a WordPress class every month. We teach a Shopify class every month, and we teach a social media class every month. I believe what we're going to be doing in the future, you'll be seeing us guys a lot more often. We'll be doing these more reoccurring because sometimes I know people won't have the chance to come, and maybe we'll stream to LinkedIn or Periscope, or maybe we'll do it on Twitch as well, because I think people really like using different platforms. So we like YouTube Live and Facebook Live. We believe that's where our biggest audiences are at. So that's kind of like where we try to stay. But if you prefer other platforms, or you think other people that would like to see it, feel free to share. Let us know. We'll be glad to help. Okay. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. What I'm doing here, Noah, is I can see everyone's chat coming in from all the different locations, and this screen right here that I'm looking down at. And we have another big monitor that we're kind of using like a teleprompter, and we're streaming from 2 different cameras on 3 different accounts. So if you hear us talking back and forth, that's him using his tool to talk with his audience as well. So I think what we're going to do, we'll go ahead and cut on out. We'll be back again. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. One thing that I would like to show you in the future, we will be breaking down these specific things in a more granular fashion. Mm-hmm. So like what I'll do is once the rooms are going, I'll put another button here on here and allow people to like enter the room from here, come in and learn something. And that will, I think personally, that will make people more susceptible to talking. when they're in the conversation instead of hiding behind the keyboard. So thank you guys for actually commenting this time. That really works out. We had quite a number of people in there last time and they just weren't commenting. So thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Hope you guys stay safe and make sure to subscribe and what is it everyone always says, hit the like button and do all them crazy things. Yeah, just let everybody know what we're doing. We're really trying to put in a lot of extra work to help everybody. So thanks a lot. Take care, guys. We're going to be gone.
Thank you.
Thank you.